Welcome back to Rise. You are in the right place. Today we're filming live in British Columbia, beautiful, gorgeous greenery. I wanted to talk more about opening the heart, about being a lover, and some of the dangers of taking that path. Last night I was watching a documentary on the Nexium cult and how it affected some really interesting, engaged, loving, caring people, how it infiltrated their lives and their hearts, and how these people got out of the cult and how hurt and sad and sorry and used they felt because they had given their heart to something they believed in. And maybe you felt that way after you've given your heart to somebody that you loved, someone who you believed in, someone who you trusted. But later, you discover that it wasn't really real. What was it? It was perhaps a projection of my heart's intention, and it hurt. So I think that's one of the dangers of taking the heart-led path. In this video today, I'd like to discuss how to heal from some of those wounds that happen on the heart path. Because if you are a lover, and I'm gonna break it to you, you're gonna get hurt. And part of loving is healing from that hurt. Part of being a lover is learning how to be more resilient, learning how to stand up again and how to love again. Because sometimes we're so brokenhearted, sometimes we've lost our faith, sometimes our inspiration just goes. And it often happens after you've participated in something, given your whole heart to it. I mean, given everything, your money, your time, your heart, your belief. And what happens, it evaporates. And this can happen time after time after time again. And there is a saying that some of the biggest cynics on earth were the biggest lovers and believers. So how do we heal our hearts so that we don't become ultra cynical? So we're back to the place of belief. We're back to joining things that we believe in. We're back to this place where the heart wants to grow and be with other people who want to make the planet better, who want to love more. Because when we love with other people, it just multiplies. But there's that danger, I mentioned Nexium, where you can take someone's vulnerability and desire for goodness and exploit it royally. And it's not just in something like Nexium. This happens in colleges with groups. There could be a super narcissistic professor that has this huddle of people around them. People who believe in truth and beauty and learning and education and making the world a better place. People who will follow this teacher and do anything that they say practically and kind of be exploited. At the end of the day, their time is given. Maybe they didn't get enough education. They were too busy admiring this vision, a great teacher, or I'm just gonna say narcissistic, someone who uses words really well. And this happens in church organizations. This happens in spiritual organizations all the time. You take this huge desire, this huge wish, this huge belief system and blow it up. And when we share it, we can become really vulnerable. So the things that we have to guard against is our time, our hearts, and our money. So many times we get involved in causes and beliefs that take up a tremendous amount of time. Please remember, when you do give your heart, when you do get involved, that it should be in a way that helps you, not where you lose sleep, not when you stop eating, not when you stop paying your bills, not when you stop participating in relationships that nurture you. I mean, this is one of the biggest pitfalls of, say, a really toxic relationship, a really toxic romantic relationship. You will notice that you get sucked into the person's story slowly, and you want to believe them, and you want to help them, and you want to cherish them. and you give and you give and you keep believing. But slowly your friends drop away and they're like, hey, what's going on? Why are you giving all your time to this person who doesn't keep their word, who doesn't show up, who isn't nice to us? And frankly, it's difficult for us to see you give so much to someone who gives so little in return. So the heart should really keep giving in situations which are toxic. Keep aware of your time. Make sure you're not getting depleted. Make sure that you're making time for relationships that nurture back to you. Another area, like a boundary, would be a financial boundary. If you're involved in an organization that's based on belief and growth and nurturing, like it's education or it's your body or it's a spiritual group, or even, like personal growth, and keep aware that there's a financial boundary. If people ask you to put things on credit cards and to charge and to charge and to charge because you're going to be making money from them down the road, it's just a matter of time. Be wary of this. It's slippery because your belief here, which is very strong, and your creativity here, which is tremendous and potent, is on the line here when you keep putting your money on credit and buying some dream, buying some image. Remember, it's all in you, and it should not rack up credit. So that's another boundary: time, money. The other thing that's really important is your belief. When you give to a toxic system, you give your heart, you give your soul, you give your deep beliefs of truth and beauty and making the world a better, more loving place. So if you give to a toxic system, you run the risk of becoming depleted and empty and sad and brokenhearted. So what we need to do when we give ourselves and our beliefs, we need to kind of do it a little bit at a time. Maybe do it in smaller doses than just leaping in. I know I've been the kind of person that's like, hey, we got one life, we got one moment, let's shoot for the moon, let's go for it now. Because the feeling, the intensity, the love is so strong. But it doesn't always have to be that way. I think one of the things is when we are a lover and when we do have these strong beliefs, we think that we have to rush in, we have to do it now because maybe tomorrow won't exist. So I've learned over time, when I feel that urgency, rush, got to do this, my belief system is right on the line, it's in my face, got to do it. I learned that, is this out of fear that maybe it won't be there the next day, or maybe they'll find somebody else to join their group or belief system, or maybe there's someone better. The thing is, if it's really pure and it's real and it's eternal, it will be there in the morning. So take your time, be tender with yourself, examine your beliefs. Does this person follow through? Does this person treat you well? Are the things that this group or person talk about, are they for real? Are they based in reality? So often we get caught up in a romantic image that we don't know where our money is going. Maybe we believe it's going to go and feed hungry children in Africa, but it really isn't. And we're so enamored with that image that people will be fed and feel better. We don't look to see what corporation that the money is going to, who is taking the money. And then you realize at the end of the day that this really wasn't a real group. It was just a fantasy and you lost a lot of money. I mean, that can happen. All right, so maybe we have gotten involved in charities and charity work that wasn't for real and we felt kind of used afterwards. That's pretty bad. The real heartbreak comes when we've given our hearts to somebody who wasn't able to receive it and follow through with the dream and follow through with the kindness and the love and wasn't able to be our beloved. So often that happens, and I talk to people day after day. They're devastated. They don't know where to begin again. They stop eating. They stop sleeping. They stop believing. Inevitably, as a person who is a lover, this will happen. And I want to give you hope and I want to give you inspiration to get through the pain, to go through your journey of your soul when you're on the ground and you feel like it's for nothing. Keep going because, you may notice that there's just darkness all around you, but maybe you are the light. Maybe your passion, maybe your belief in love is the light that we all need. So I will encourage you, if you choose the path of the lover, to become strong, to watch your personal boundaries, to watch your time, to watch your money, to take your time because love is eternal and it's going to be there in the morning. Take your time and take your time to subscribe and keep in touch. Leave me some comments and keep loving everybody. Bye.